I be going. I'm a farmer. I make dough. I'm a baker. I grind wheat. I'm an idiot. I need sleep.
Been a few weeks, but we're back. Lots of updates and a really weird clip going on right now at the bathroom. I'd love to give context, but there's just some things that I don't talk about. Otherwise, Crumbs is doing good. Going up on her second birthday soon. She's about to be 2. Me and her have spent a lot of time studying together and just fighting, I guess. She claws a lot, but it's just what she does. On another note, the dirt bike that I got, I've been taking it out. I have not put a lot of work into it yet, but it's been pretty apparent that there's something wrong in the engine. It's been leaking oil, but fixed that with a seal gasket. Still want to take it apart and look at the clutch and all the insides to see what I'm really working with in there. There's some metal that's floating around in the oil pan, so you know it's going to be a long project, but I'm taking my time with it yet. My neighbor has some cool bikes going on, working on them. I think these ones are from like the 1970s or 80s, and I've been kind of going through a lot of different phases with my bike, from putting LEDs in to changing parts out and taking it off, rewrapping it, putting it back together. I kind of settled for this photochromatic wrap back a week ago, and that's what you're seeing now, but then I changed one half to white and one half to black. I don't think I have footage of it on my phone right now, but you'll see that in the next video if it stays long enough. For spring break, went down to Myrtle Beach. Drove kind of later in the night. It was about a 3-hour drive. Traffic was okay, and we took a lot of back roads, but ended up getting a hotel off the Airbnb, and it was on the beachfront. Weather was great. It was supposed to be pretty bad. Did some exploring. I don't know. Found a jellyfish. It was dead. I didn't really know it was a jellyfish. All said and done, here's a compilation of the beach adventures and some pretty nice scenes. This is that dead jellyfish. Alright, back to intermission time where I'm talking again. I was launched up on this slingshot thing. There was this alien dude chilling in the seat. Pretty cool guy, not very talkative. Slightly nauseating after I just ate. Then the strip was pretty busy. You had a ton of old classic cars up and down. I guess there was a car show going on. Might have broken the bank here, but tourist will be a tourist, and I ended up buying Myrtle Beach sweatpants. I still wear them. They're quite comfy, they're quite cool, but I know that Myrtle Beach logo they print on it is cheap, and it's gonna fall off after being in the wash like 5 times.
Look at that. High tide today. It's nice.
Beyond the strip of Myrtle Beach with all their gift shops and all that, I did some walking around the hotel and some of the neighborhoods surrounding it. There was a mattress hanging out of a garbage can, some dead cactus, some Amazon packaging underneath the cradles or whatever they're called. I got like a top skyline view of all the surrounding area, which was really cool. Not a lot of tall buildings. And there's a Circus Plaza gift shop type place, really big, had a thing that crossed the water and some alligator signs and turtles. But the nighttime was an exciting time. With perfect weather and a warm, glowing sun, I got a little bit ambitious and decided to cross onto a pier that was not open to the public because it's privately owned. It took some parkour and running, but I'm in shape, so I'm fine. And I would say it was worth it, you know. I wish they had that stuff open up to everybody, but the owners don't want to. I don't exactly follow rules all the time, and it was just bound to happen. I took the liberty to explore their little fishing shack, and I proceeded to bolt down the entire length of the pier. Um, there was just a lying dead seagull in the middle of it, and I kind of just ran past it. It kind of didn't register that that bird was just there. But at the end, it was caked in seagull doo doo, and I ended up just doing a quick loop, got some footage, ran back, and as I'm jumping off the pier, some of the people, other guests at the hotel, saw me jumping off, and I just, hey, what's up? And I just kept going. I don't mind breaking. Just like keeping a pier though, that's some hot shit. Just an unwritten rule when you're down at the beach, you gotta build a sandcastle. And my little fort held up pretty strong, but eventually that water just beat down the gates and it turned into a little pond.
That wall is gonna burst. Oh, it's gone. The water's going out now.
I just be recording the most random fucking shit. Alright, legend of the fucking day, random book, random page. Right here, it was rather odd time, just before the late in the Sunday, like every other chart for beginning adventure, it showed not only the... Wrapping up the 3 days spent at the beach, it was eventually time to go home. First thing on the bucket list when getting home, rip apart the bike, do something different. This time, I installed a sensor that not only reads tire pressure and temperatures of the tire, but tells you the lean angle of the bike when riding. Pretty good thing to have. Still trying to find like the best placement because having it on the gas tank, it's hard to look down when you're actually riding to glance at what it's telling you. Furthermore, I took time to do a coolant swap on all the fluid in the bike because it's been 3 years and it was about time to change out the OEM fluid. Getting that coolant drain bolt out was insanely difficult. Did not strip it all the way, but I got to be careful doing this in the future just in case because that thing's holding on by a thread. Ended up putting engine ice in. It's been working pretty good. I had to occasionally top it off, and since then, I haven't had an issue with my bike staying under 200. I usually peak at like 205, but that's not often. Look at the coolant. Although I didn't really record much of it, I did do a deep clean on the bike. Um, I ripped off most of the fairings and I even took off a lot of the coverings on the chain and on one part of the chain that connects to the block. I never took that part off and I never realized just how dirty it got. It just became like a clay in there. Although it didn't like really affect the performance of the bike, getting it out was like a whole adventure, like a whole hour long, degreaser and just chiseling it out. Coming up soon, probably in the next video. There probably won't be a video for a little bit now because I have some big stuff coming up. I am going to be going overseas for a wedding in Europe, and that's going to be 2 weeks. And that 2 weeks is during the 2 weeks of final. So now I have to take my final 2 weeks early. Gotta do a lot of studying for the next few weeks until I get all my final stuff done. So it's gonna be very boring in that department. Gonna be continuing to go to the gym. I'll maybe record some things in that time and then throw that in the video with the trip. But I think the next video I'll post in long form content is going to be that Europe trip and just a summary of everything going on over there. So my last week of class, I'm finishing class 2 weeks early. that last week of class, I have 3 or 4 exams on top of my final. And to wrap up the video, here's some footage of Crumbs wearing her helmet and her gear, just having a laugh. And there are some gym videos in here of just me kind of like appreciating how far I've gotten working out. It's not to look conceited or, like I got a huge ego. It's just progress. Main thing for this video is it's almost a time capsule for myself. I don't care who watches it, but it's primarily to function for my memory and something for me to look back on in the future. So it's beneficial to both people, myself, and whoever enjoys these videos.